Welcome to the Path to Publication Part 2, Selecting a Journal. In this video, we will look at different tools that you can use to find a journal for publication. My name is Teresa Calcagno, and I am the IT and Engineering Librarian here at George Mason University. When you select a journal, it's very important that it matches your topic well. When the topic of a submitted paper doesn't match what the journal seeks to publish, it will be rejected. Start the selection process by first asking your advisor, faculty, and colleagues for their suggestions. They may know of journals that you are not familiar with, so their suggestions may be very helpful. Second, think about the journals that you have used in other research papers or for class readings. Have any of them published papers on your research topics? Third, use online tools called journal finders or journal recommenders. There are about 5 to 7 of these tools for engineering and the sciences, but we will only look at 2 of them, the IEEE Publication Recommender and the Elsevier Journal Finder. And fourth, use journal impact factors or journal rankings to determine which journals are considered the most important, and this is based on past usage of the journal. Whatever journal selection method you start with, you should do the following. Identify at least 3 good journals for your topic. Even though you can only submit to one journal at a time, you should have more than one journal in mind so that if the first one doesn't work out, you already know where you will submit your paper next. Research what each journal publishes. On the journal homepage, read the section called Aims and Scope, About this journal, or maybe even Journal Scope. This section will provide you with a good overview of what the journal will publish. Also review the recent tables of contents of the journals you're interested in to see if they have published anything related to your topic. And finally, look at the journal impact factor or the journal ranking of each journal that interests you. Then you should read the instructions for authors. Authors may be asked or required to submit an article proposal first to the editor. This lets the editor know what you are planning to write about, and he or she can then let you know if the journal is interested in your topic area. When you are writing your paper, follow author instructions carefully and make sure your manuscript is as error-free as possible before you submit it. Think of it like a job application. You want to put your best foot forward. When it comes to selecting a journal, there are essentially 2 ways that you can do it. You can select a journal based on the paper you've written, or you can select the journal based on its importance to the discipline. The metrics you can use for this are the Journal Citation Reports Impact Factor and the SCImago Journal Rankings tool. Let's begin by taking a look at online journal recommenders. Shown here is the IEEE Publication Recommender. This tool searches for both IEEE journals and IEEE conferences at the same time, or it can search for each of them separately. There are 2 ways to search this tool. In the bigger search box on the left, you can enter keywords, key phrases, or your article title, even if it is a working title, and do the search. Or you can use the smaller box to search for keywords from your article, or you can upload your article file for the search to generate your keywords. Once you fill out one of the searches, decide if you want to narrow it by date or type of publication, and then click Submit. I put some author keywords from an IEEE paper in the search, and here are my results. The information displayed provides the journal title, the impact factor, and the time from initial submission to online publication. There is also a column telling me whether the journal will publish articles that are open access and available to anyone. The results are arranged by relevance, but I can change that by clicking on the drop-down in the Sort By box above the results. When I do that, I get the list of results on the next page. Here are the IEEE recommended journals and they are now ranked by impact factor in descending order. The proceedings of the IEEE is highlighted here because this is the journal where I found the article for the keywords. The impact factor for this journal is very good, and the time from submission to online publication, which is on the far right, is fairly quick and is one of the fastest I've ever seen. Now let's take a look at the Elsevier Journal Finder tool. This tool searches over 2,000 journals to find journals for your paper's publication. In this tool, you copy and paste the paper title into the top box, and you could use a working title, and the abstract of the paper in the bottom box. If the abstract isn't ready yet, you could try using the introduction instead. At the bottom of the page, you can limit your search to specific subject areas and to open access only if you want. Here's the results page for a library science paper showing that the Journal of Academic Librarianship is the #1 match. The table on this slide provides more information about the journal, including the impact factor, the review speed, the acceptance rate, and this number can be very hard to find, and the production speed. The production speed is the measure of time that it takes to get the article from first acceptance to finally being posted online. Another way to select a journal is to use the journal impact factor. Impact factors are an indicator of the importance of a journal in a specific field. Impact factors are discipline specific because researchers in different disciplines use the research literature differently. Because of this, impact factors in different research fields should not be compared to one another. It is not a valid comparison. In this example, I opened the Journal Citation Reports database and selected Information Science and Library Science in the Select Categories box. The results we are looking at are the top 7 journals in this area. I browsed through the list and decided the Journal of Information Technology is the one that interests me. I did this based on the impact factor, which is seen inside the box, and the fact that it is the #2 journal on this list. Now I will need to get more information by clicking on the name of the journal. Here is the information for the journal I have selected. At the top of the page there is very basic information: who publishes it, where they are located, what subjects the journal covers, the publication language, etc. Beneath the publisher information there are graphics showing journal impact trends, percentile ranks by subject category, and more. Ranking journals within specific subjects is another way authors can find the best journals for publication. Cimego journal rankings include over 20,000 journals in STEM, the arts and humanities, and the social sciences. Cimego journal rankings are also subject specific and cannot be compared between journals in different subjects. If I click on the journal rankings list near the top of the page, I will get the list of all 20,000 journals ranked in order from highest to lowest. I don't need this list right now because I already have a journal to look up, the Journal of Information Technology. So I'll type it into the search box, and the journal information I found is shown on the next slide. Here is the Cimego information page for the Journal of Information Technology. It gives us linked information about the country of publication, the subject areas, and the publisher. It also tells us the scope of the journal, which will be very useful to find out what topics it covers and what kind of papers it will publish. Beneath the scope is a link to information about how to publish in this journal. On the right-hand side, you will see the H-index. For a journal, the H-index of 66 means that 66 articles in the journal have been cited at least 66 times. And at the bottom of this page, when you're looking at it online, you will be able to find graphs and charts that will provide more information about the journal's ranking over time. We've reached the end of our video on how to select a journal. Continue on to part 3 to learn more about submitting your manuscript. Thanks for joining us.